Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Taylor. I am the director of 7th and 8th grade orchestra at the middle school. Very excited to be here tonight. This is for our final installment of the All-City concert. Normally, this is a 2-day process, not necessarily a 2-week process. And normally we get to have the 5th grade play, and then the 7th grade, and then I think the freshman and string orchestra on night 1. And then on night 2, we do the evens, we go like 6, 8, and symphony, and we all sit in the audience and we get to listen to that progression from the younger grades through the higher grades. And obviously with this year being our new normal, we had to do things a little bit differently this evening. But all of those concerts that the high school performed last week, and our 6th grade orchestra had a great concert last night. You can still see those. The live stream was recorded. It's on SCS TV, so you can watch that. But we're done tonight. 8th grade will be coming in doing their portion. You can either watch when you get home or watch tomorrow. And the symphony is also going to play for our 8th grade students and parents this evening. So I'm going to introduce our first student who's going to tell you about our first piece. So here is Joe. Tell me about the first piece.
Hi, my name is Joe and I play the cello. Intensity is a high-energy piece that features the melody of each section, an assembly, and strong accents. The piece takes off right from the beginning with the melody and the violin, while the accents of the cellos and the basses help tell the purpose. The piece builds to where a high and low strings trade accents. The low strings take over the melody during a soft, contrasting section. Much like the beginning, the piece ends with the melody and accents in full force. We hope you'll enjoy Intensity.
Before I pass the mic to our next speaker, so the music that you heard us play back in February was a lot more rhythmically simple and we had lots of sections playing the same notes, the same melodies. In this concert, we've definitely upped our game. So the first concert, all violins, we're playing violin 1. This time we are now split into traditional orchestra arrangements of violin 1, violin 2, and the halves trade which pieces they play violin 1 or violin 2, so every kid at least gets to play violin 1 on one of the pieces of the concert. We've learned some new rhythms, and we've learned some new notes, and different layers of the music that are just a lot more complicated than what you heard a couple of months ago. So I'm really proud of this group and everything that they've accomplished so far. So I'm going to pass the mic way back to bass section for our next speaker.
Hello. Okay. Hello, my name is Andrew and I play the bass. Riding the Rails will take you on an old-fashioned train ride through the early American frontier. This is our first song using 16th notes and syncopations, the emphasis of a weak beat. The 16th notes and the snare drum represent the chugging train, while the 16th notes and the melody represent our journey across America. To contrast the song's driving beginning, you transition into a light pizzicato section, which is layered on top of the violas and cellos playing the familiar African-American spiritual Swing Low Sweet Chariot. The piece builds with the 16th note string melody and the contrasting spiritual being played at the same time. Our train rally comes to an end as we hear it fade into the horizon.
little round of applause for Matthew Fragapane. I stole him from the high school symphony to play drums for us tonight. So thanks to Matt for helping us out. I told the orchestra I had Matt in class when he was in seventh grade, back then, but now he's a senior, so it's been great to work with him one last time. So I'll pass the mic to Justin, who will tell you about our final piece for the evening. As far as exit plan, please make sure parentals and families, you go out there and take a left and go around the building, because 8th grade is going to be coming in. So if you can exit that way and meet your child out in the parking lot or by the main entrance, that would be fabulous. So we will be seeing you again May 20th, our spring concert, Thursday, May 20th. It will be at the middle school. That will be at the middle school, and Mrs. Rogers and I are putting our heads together to come up with some special little things. We haven't figured that out yet, but we've got some good ideas. So stay tuned for more information. All right, here's Justin for our last piece.
Hello, my name is Justin and I play the violin. Composer Deborah Baker Monday intended for Conquistador to be a dramatic work depicting the adventures and life on the trail of the Spanish explorers. However, some members of the 7th grade orchestra decided to write their own stories on what they thought the music conveyed. Some examples include a king defending his land against invaders from the north, or a warrior dragged out of battle by his horse only to be nursed back to health by his true love. Another story written by a student talked about a dynasty of dragons whose job it was to protect the kingdom of Orchestra. When the matriarch dragon goes missing, the conquistador sets out to find her. Unfortunately, the conquistador finds the mother dragon had been slayed by the dragon hunter from our previous concert. But what the dragon hunter didn't notice was that the matriarch was able to give birth to 2 dragon eggs. The conquistador notices the glowing eggs and brings them back safely to the kingdom for the people to take care and raise until they can take their mother's place in the defending the kingdom. Whether you choose to envision one of our stories playing throughout this piece or whether you make up your own, please enjoy our final song for the evening, Conquistador.